Hello and welcome, friends. I'm Dean John, and I'm so glad you're joining us today.
And I'm Elena, happy to be here with you all. We're so excited to share a really meaningful conversation with you today.
Yes, this one's close to my heart. We're talking about something that often gets lost in the noise of everyday life. True happiness and what older adults have learned about it.
You know, Dean, the older I get, the more I realize happiness isn't about chasing big things. It's often the little quiet moments that stay with us the longest.
Exactly, Elena. After living through decades of ups and downs, we start to see what really matters. And today, we want to share that wisdom, not just from our own experience, but from the countless conversations we've had with folks who've lived full, beautiful lives.
So, if you're feeling overwhelmed or just looking for a little peace of mind, sit back, take a deep breath, and come along with us.
This is a calm, thoughtful space, like sitting on the porch with people you trust. Let's explore what older adults teach us about happiness, and maybe walk away with something we can all use, no matter our age. Can I ask you something, Elena? Have you ever sat down with an older adult, a grandparent, an old neighbor, maybe even a stranger on a park bench, and asked them what really matters in life?
You know, I have. And it's always surprising. They don't talk about money or fame or how many things they owned. They talk about time, about moments, about people. It's like the older you get, the clearer life becomes.
Exactly. There's something deeply grounding about the wisdom older adults carry. When I retired, I started reflecting more on happiness, and I realized the definition I had in my 30s was completely different from what it is now in my 70s.
That's powerful. So, John, what do you think older adults can teach us about true happiness?
One word: presence. Happiness isn't found in chasing the next thing. It's found in slowing down enough to notice what you already have. A good cup of coffee, a grandchild's laughter, a walk without pain. When you're young, you think happiness is a destination. But when you're older, you realize it was always right there, in the small, quiet places.
I love that. It reminds me of my grandma. She never had much, just a small garden, some old records, and her stories. But she always smiled with her whole face. She'd say, "I've lived long enough to know joy doesn't come in a box. It comes when you notice the birds singing while you're washing dishes."
That's it. She understood. You know, in my younger years, I chased job titles and paychecks. And yes, they gave me some satisfaction for a while. But what stayed with me the longest? Sunday dinners with my family, laughing until our stomachs hurt, sitting by my wife holding her hand in silence. That's the kind of wealth no one can steal from you.
That's so true. I think older adults also teach us that happiness isn't constant. It's something you choose even in hard times.
Yes, happiness, real happiness, doesn't mean you're always smiling. It means you've learned to find peace in imperfection, to forgive others, to forgive yourself, to let go of things that don't matter and hold tighter to what does.
That's beautiful, John. I think people watching or listening today, especially those feeling rushed or lost, might need to hear that. You don't have to wait until you're older to embrace this wisdom.
Exactly. That's why we share, so others can slow down now instead of waiting until life forces them to. Let me share a little exercise I do every morning. Something simple. I ask myself, what is something I already have today that someone else might be praying for?
Wow, that gives me chills. That changes your whole mindset, doesn't it?
It does. Gratitude is a doorway to happiness. Not the flashy, loud kind, but the deep, quiet kind that lasts. The kind that grows with age.
And maybe happiness is also about letting go of the idea that we need to earn it. Sometimes we just need to notice it.
Well said. You know, I once heard someone say, don't postpone joy. Older adults know how short life is. We've said too many goodbyes, watched too many sunsets, to waste time being bitter. So if there's something good in your life, celebrate it, savor it, say thank you for it.
That's so true. And if you're listening to this right now, maybe take a minute after this episode to ask yourself, what truly makes me happy? Not someday, but today.
That's the heart of it. You don't need a perfect life to be happy. You just need open eyes and an open heart.
Think about it. Take one lesson from your elders today and carry it with you. And if this resonated with you, share it with someone you love.
Because happiness, my friend, is better when it's shared.